So I'll tell you of something to be cautious of, and that is sodium lauryl sulfate. Sodium lauryl sulfate is what causes the foaming action in most shampoos. And sodium lauryl sulfate kills the hair follicles. So we don't want our hair follicles to die. So it's important to take a magnifying glass into the supermarket with you and have a look for sodium lauryl sulfate. You might find that if you go to places like Trader Joe's, Whole Foods, there will be some more natural type shampoos and conditioners.
Sodium lauryl sulfate, SLS, a common ingredient in your shampoo, could be causing your hair to thin and fall out. Dr. Barbara O'Neill reveals startling truths about SLS, a chemical linked to severe hair loss and scalp irritation. This widely used foaming agent disrupts hair follicles, leading to inflammation and compromised hair growth. In her latest insights, O'Neill exposes how SLS affects your scalp's health and offers crucial advice on avoiding this hidden menace. Discover the alarming risks of SLS and learn how to protect your hair from its damaging effects. What is sodium lauryl sulfate and why is it used? Sodium lauryl sulfate, commonly abbreviated as SLS, is a synthetic organic compound classified as an anionic surfactant. Its molecular structure consists of a 12-carbon long hydrocarbon chain attached to a sulfate group, which is then bonded to a sodium ion. This specific arrangement gives SLS its amphiphilic properties, meaning it has both hydrophilic, water-attracting, and lipophilic, oil-attracting, ends. This dual nature makes SLS highly effective at breaking down and suspending oils and dirt in water, allowing them to be rinsed away easily. It is primarily used in personal care products like shampoos, body washes, and cleansers because of its ability to create a rich, thick lather.
It is estimated we're exposed to about 30,000 new chemicals a year. Now, finally, Roundup has been exposed to the danger that it is. I wonder what's going to be next. Have you ever wondered that? What was safe 20 years ago is now being considered toxic. How much safe today is going to be considered toxic?
In the manufacturing process, SLS is favored not only for its cleansing power, but also because it helps spread the product evenly over the skin and hair, ensuring efficient application. Its strong emulsifying properties allow oil-soluble and water-soluble ingredients to mix uniformly, which is essential for consistent product performance. SLS also serves as a wetting agent, lowering the surface tension of liquids, which enhances the spreadability of the product. This property is particularly beneficial in shampoos, as it allows the product to coat the scalp and hair evenly, ensuring that oils and grime are thoroughly dissolved and removed. However, SLS's effectiveness as a detergent also makes it a known irritant for some individuals, particularly those with sensitive skin, as its ability to strip oils can disrupt the natural moisture barrier of the skin and scalp. Dr. Barbara O'Neill warns that sodium lauryl sulfate, SLS, is a harmful synthetic chemical found in many personal care products, including shampoos and toothpaste, despite its harsh effects on the body.
It's a chemical and it's called sodium lauryl sulfate. And sodium lauryl sulfate makes it foam and it kills hair follicles. It's important to buy shampoo that doesn't have sodium lauryl sulfate because that certainly can contribute to hair loss.
SLS is used for its foaming properties, which consumers mistakenly equate with effective cleansing. But O'Neill emphasizes that this ingredient does far more harm than good. As a known skin irritant, SLS strips the skin and scalp of their natural oils, leading to dryness, flaking, and increased sensitivity over time. This disruption of the skin's protective barrier allows other harmful substances to penetrate more easily, compounding the potential for damage, especially in people with pre-existing skin conditions like eczema or psoriasis. O'Neill highlights that SLS can inflame hair follicles, contributing to hair thinning and even hair loss, particularly with long-term use. Moreover, she points out that SLS is absorbed into the bloodstream through the skin, raising concerns about its broader systemic impact. Once inside the body, SLS can contribute to cellular damage, impairing the skin's natural regenerative processes, which might accelerate aging or weaken the skin's resilience to environmental stressors. O'Neill notes that SLS is not just a surface irritant. Its chemical structure allows it to linger in tissues for extended periods, leading to cumulative effects on the body. This is especially concerning given that SLS is found in daily use products, which means repeated exposure. She stresses that although SLS is marketed as safe in low concentrations, its consistent use over time raises significant red flags about the long-term health consequences for skin and hair health. Dr. Barbara O'Neill stresses the alarming effects of sodium lauryl sulfate, SLS, on hair health, particularly emphasizing its potential to contribute to hair loss, especially in sensitive individuals. SLS, a common detergent found in many shampoos and personal care products, is known for its aggressive cleansing properties. According to O'Neill, this chemical strips the scalp of its essential natural oils, which play a crucial role in maintaining hair strength and moisture balance. Without these oils, the scalp becomes excessively dry, leading to irritation and inflammation. This constant state of dryness weakens the hair's structure, making it more susceptible to breakage. For individuals with sensitive scalps, the impact of SLS can be even more profound. Dr. O'Neill highlights that prolonged exposure can compromise the hair follicles by disrupting the scalp's pH balance. This disruption not only irritates the skin, but also weakens the hair roots, causing the follicles to shrink and enter into premature shedding cycles, resulting in noticeable hair thinning. Over time, the cumulative damage from SLS exposure can lead to significant hair loss if not addressed. O'Neill also warns that the stripping away of the scalp's protective oils leaves the hair more vulnerable to external aggressors, such as environmental pollutants and UV radiation, further accelerating damage. The hair, deprived of its natural defenses, becomes brittle, losing its elasticity and overall vitality. Furthermore, SLS can exacerbate existing scalp conditions like eczema and psoriasis, intensifying inflammation and creating an environment that is hostile to healthy hair growth.
The sodium lauryl sulfate is a chemical that causes the foaming of the shampoo, and that sodium lauryl sulfate has the ability to kill the hair follicles in the scalp. So please keep away from that. You can get some very nice coconut-based shampoos. Coconut is very nourishing to the scalp.
Dr. Barbara O'Neill emphasizes the inflammatory response triggered by sodium lauryl sulfate, SLS, on the scalp, explaining its harmful impact on hair follicles. SLS, a detergent commonly found in shampoos and personal care products, strips the scalp of natural oils, compromising its protective barrier. This removal of essential oils leaves the scalp vulnerable to irritation and inflammation. O'Neill points out that continuous exposure to SLS irritates the skin, causing a low-grade, chronic inflammatory response. Over time, this inflammation can weaken the hair follicles, making them more susceptible to damage. Inflamed follicles lose their ability to anchor hair properly, which can inhibit new growth and cause premature hair shedding. O'Neill notes that inflammation disrupts the normal hair growth cycle, particularly affecting the anagen phase, the active growth period of the hair. As inflammation persists, it can cause follicular miniaturization, leading to progressively thinner hair strands. The combination of a weakened follicular structure and impaired growth creates a hostile environment for maintaining healthy hair. Additionally, O'Neill highlights the chemical's ability to disrupt the natural pH balance of the scalp, exacerbating follicular damage. This shift in pH destabilizes the skin's acid mantle, further inflaming the hair follicles. The long-term use of SLS-containing products aggravates this issue, often leading to conditions like seborrheic dermatitis or scalp eczema, which further impair follicle function. According to O'Neill, these inflammatory conditions, if left unchecked, can eventually result in significant hair loss. The body's immune response to the persistent irritation from SLS creates an ongoing cycle of damage, inflammation, and follicle degradation. Dr. Barbara O'Neill emphasizes that sodium lauryl sulfate, SLS, is not merely a cosmetic concern, but a significant health threat, particularly due to its classification as an endocrine disruptor. SLS has the ability to penetrate the skin and enter the bloodstream, where it interferes with hormonal balance. O'Neill explains that endocrine disruptors like SLS mimic or block hormones, especially estrogen, which plays a critical role in regulating hair growth cycles. By imitating estrogen or binding to its receptors, SLS can distort the body's natural hormonal signals, leading to imbalances that disrupt the growth and shedding phases of hair follicles. This disruption is especially concerning because it impacts key hormones involved in hair production, such as thyroid hormones, estrogen, and testosterone. When these hormones are thrown off balance, the hair follicles can prematurely enter the resting phase, resulting in hair thinning and loss over time. O'Neill warns that this chronic disruption of hormone levels also affects overall scalp health, which further aggravates hair thinning by diminishing the nutrients and blood flow necessary for strong hair growth. Furthermore, she notes that SLS doesn't just affect hormone regulation in isolation. It creates a ripple effect that extends to liver function, as the liver plays a crucial role in metabolizing hormones. If the liver is burdened by processing toxic substances like SLS, its ability to detoxify and balance hormone levels becomes compromised. Dr. Barbara O'Neill raises critical concerns about the long-term absorption and systemic effects of sodium lauryl sulfate, SLS, particularly when it comes to scalp health. She highlights that the scalp is uniquely vulnerable due to its high permeability, with hair follicles and sweat glands offering a direct pathway for chemicals like SLS to be absorbed into the bloodstream. Once SLS penetrates the skin, it doesn't merely remain localized but can be distributed throughout the body, where it may accumulate over time. This buildup can lead to what O'Neill describes as toxic overload, where the body's detoxification systems, especially the liver and kidneys, are unable to process and eliminate the substance efficiently, resulting in systemic health issues. O'Neill points out that SLS is not just a surface-level irritant, but has the potential to disrupt the scalp's natural oil balance. This chemical strips away the natural oils that protect the scalp, leaving it dry, irritated, and prone to inflammation. Over time, the constant removal of these protective oils can compromise the scalp's integrity, leading to chronic issues like eczema, dermatitis, and even infections due to the weakened skin barrier. Furthermore, this chronic irritation and inflammation can damage hair follicles, resulting in weakened hair strands and potentially accelerating hair loss. Additionally, O'Neill highlights emerging concerns about the potential endocrine-disrupting effects of SLS. Prolonged exposure to this chemical may interfere with the body's hormone regulation, potentially contributing to imbalances that affect not only scalp health but broader physiological functions. Hormonal disruptions can exacerbate hair thinning, slow hair growth, and even aggravate conditions like polycystic ovarian syndrome, PCOS, or thyroid dysfunction, both of which have direct links to hair health. Dr. Barbara O'Neill emphasizes that sodium lauryl sulfate, SLS, a common detergent in shampoos, strips the scalp of its natural oils, causing irritation, dryness, and potentially contributing to hair loss. She advocates for using natural, sulfate-free alternatives that nourish both the scalp and hair without causing damage. Castile soap, made from vegetable oils like olive oil, is a gentle and effective substitute for SLS-based shampoos. Its moisturizing properties cleanse the hair without disrupting the scalp's delicate balance of oils, promoting a healthier scalp environment that encourages hair growth. Dr. O'Neill also recommends incorporating herbal extracts such as rosemary, nettle, and chamomile into hair care routines. Rosemary stimulates hair follicles, enhancing circulation to the scalp, while nettle provides essential nutrients like silica and sulfur, strengthening hair and reducing shedding. Chamomile, known for its anti-inflammatory properties, soothes the scalp, reducing irritation and promoting an optimal environment for hair health. She highlights the use of coconut-derived cleansers like sodium cocoa sulfate, which, while still a surfactant, is less harsh than SLS and retains the natural integrity of the hair.
I always coconut oil my hair probably every 3 months. I put the coconut oil into it and I leave it for a whole day. And then at the end of the day I wash it out, and I have a shampoo that is a coconut oil based shampoo. You can get some very nice coconut oil based shampoos. It's very nourishing to the scalp, very nourishing to the hair.
Additionally, aloe vera gel is an effective ingredient for hydration and scalp nourishment, helping to calm inflammation while boosting hair's natural shine and strength. Dr. O'Neill also advises exploring other botanical alternatives such as argan oil and jojoba oil, which provide both moisturizing and protective benefits without clogging hair follicles. These natural oils balance sebum production, prevent scalp dryness, and foster stronger, more resilient hair. Prolonged exposure to sodium lauryl sulfate, SLS, can critically damage hair health, leading to dryness, brittleness, and excessive shedding. Dr. Barbara O'Neill emphasizes the detrimental effects of SLS, a harsh surfactant found in many shampoos, which strips natural oils from the scalp and hair, disrupting the lipid barrier and leading to inflammation. This depletion of natural oils compromises the hair's strength and elasticity, making it prone to breakage and split ends. To counteract these effects, a holistic approach is essential, starting with the application of castor oil packs. Castor oil, rich in ricinoleic acid, penetrates deeply into the scalp, providing intense hydration and anti-inflammatory benefits that soothe irritation and promote healthier hair growth. This oil's antimicrobial properties also help in mitigating any potential scalp infections that may arise from compromised skin integrity. Incorporating nourishing oils such as argan, coconut, and jojoba into the hair care routine further restores moisture balance. Argan oil's high content of fatty acids and vitamin E aids in repairing damage and enhancing shine, while coconut oil's medium-chain triglycerides provide superior deep conditioning, reducing protein loss in hair strands. Jojoba oil mimics the scalp's natural sebum, replenishing lost oils without leaving a greasy residue, which is crucial for maintaining the hair's natural moisture balance.
Hair loss is just a symptom. Here's how to target the root cause. That's another myth that you know when you have a hair transplant. And now I have hundreds of messages. Hey Barbara, I've had 2 or 3 hair transplants and I'm still losing my hair. Some people use minoxidil, but it's a vasodilator. A vasodilator increases the diameter of the vessel, but it does nothing to cause what's actually causing the restriction. So it's like a kink garden hose. Like minoxidil is like going over to the faucet, trying to turn up the pressure in the hose without removing the kink. What you can do instead is try Biomplex Botana oil from Honduras.
Plus, regular scalp massages are also pivotal, as they stimulate blood circulation to the hair follicles, promoting nutrient delivery and cellular repair. This practice not only supports hair regrowth, but also helps in alleviating inflammation caused by SLS exposure. Dietary adjustments complement these topical treatments, focusing on anti-inflammatory foods rich in omega-3 fatty acids, antioxidants, and essential vitamins. Foods such as salmon, chia seeds, and leafy greens contribute to reduced inflammation and support overall scalp health, reinforcing the benefits of topical treatments and ensuring a comprehensive recovery from SLS damage.
What's also important, exercise. What exercise does is it increases the circulation of the blood to the extremities, and the scalp is considered an extremity. So exercise daily, especially the high-intensity interval training. The high-intensity interval training, because of the periods of very high intensity, that really gets the blood moving out to the extremity.
So, what's your take on sodium lauryl sulfate in your hair care products? Have you noticed any changes in your hair health? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and if you really want to take care of your beautiful hair properly, which you should, don't miss this video.